Hello and welcome to your regular Wednesday's Helium Hotspot Vendors update. In today's update, we'll be looking at all the usual vendors as well as a couple of new ones that have entered the Helium Hotspot selling space. I will tell you all about the Batch 18 announcement made by Bobcat. For all of that, please stay tuned and we will begin after this very short intro. Hey everyone, Crypto Layman here. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and you click the bell icon so you get notified when I do these regular updates. If you happen to find this information helpful, please don't forget to smash that like button because that helps the YouTube algorithm find out which video is worth recommending to other people. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight into our first vendors. To begin with, we will look at Kerlink and RAk, which are being sold by CalChip Connect, and unfortunately not much has happened since my previous update. If you want to know more about that update, click on the link on the right at the top. Let's now look at Bobcat Batch 18 details, and finally the order numbers covered have moved on into the 1 million range. Batch 18 will include orders placed up to the 8th of May 2021, and the order cutoff for the European frequency devices is going to be 1,102,109. For the North American and US frequency, the order number cutoff is going to be 1,102,098. So if your order numbers fall in those, you are likely to get your tracking details in the next couple of days, most likely over the weekend. Right, the next vendor we will look at is Nebra. And Nebra are very excited and they have been tweeting a lot the last couple of days. They are saying that they are on track with their 5,000 hotspots a week production target. And in fact, today they have posted a tweet that they are actually ahead on their target for this week. They have made an announcement that they are expecting to ship 30,000 hotspots by the end of September. It is Nebra we are talking about, and I will be brutally honest here. I don't believe a word that they say. I will start believing them once people actually start getting these hotspots in the thousands into their own hands. They made claims about those 17,000 devices that were going to be delivered by the end of July. Then it was delayed into August, and now they have forgotten about those 17,000. And they have set themselves a new target of 30,000. It's just a lot of hot air that comes out of Nebra. Let's see what happens. Also, whilst we are at the subject, what I did notice was that if you go and try and order, for example, an antenna on the Nebra website, Nebra's payment systems, although they claim that you can pay with Amazon Pay and PayPal, it would appear that both Amazon and PayPal are no longer supporting payments for Nebra. That may partially be due to the fact that Nebra have had to process a lot of refunds, and from personal experience I can tell you that when I applied for a refund, they said since I had paid using Amazon Pay that I should make a claim against my Amazon Pay account so they would cover the cost of the refund. So it doesn't surprise me that Amazon Pay no longer want to support Nebra as a merchant. So that's something to bear in mind. Even if they start delivering 30,000 hotspots, I think it still will be an uphill battle because the damage has been done when it comes to Nebra and they have lost all confidence amongst their consumers. Next, we shall speak about Syncrobit and SP North America. So Syncrobit are still checking those devices in Kentucky. I am not sure what the state of shipping is for those devices for the US frequencies. And similarly, no update has been given on the shipping status of devices from Romania. Unfortunately, not a lot to tell you about when it comes to Syncrobit and SP North America. I say SP North America, but I must also clarify that SP North America are just a reseller of Syncrobit devices, so the whole production and shipping situation is beyond their control when it comes to actually getting these units out of the factory and ready to be shipped to customers. Right, next let's look at SenseCAP, and as most of you know, SenseCAP is currently sold out, so I don't think that you are able to purchase a SenseCAP device right now. I think they will reopen for pre-orders or orders in November time. As far as I know, the situation is exactly the same when it comes to their distributors, and we will just have to wait for more SenseCAP devices to be produced, and they are ready to be shipped out. There is a link in the description for existing batches that SenseCAP are in the process of shipping. So if you have an order placed with them, make sure you check out the description of this video, and under the heading SenseCAP you will find a link to that document which they are currently updating as to what's happening with the shipping schedule. So the next vendor we'll look at is LongAP, and in a nutshell, LongAP are still working heavily in improving their existing LongAP 1. There are currently a few bugs, and they are constantly working on them to improve the performance of these devices. When it comes to their next batches, I understand that the LongAP 1 is no longer going to be produced, so that production has been exhausted. They are now working on their LongAP Pro, which is the outdoor device, and the LongAP Lite, which is the light version of the Hotspot. In the last month or so, nothing has been shared as to what's going on with these devices. That is probably because they can't really do much, because the chips for those devices are actually arriving in Q1 or Q1. I think they meant to say Q1 and Q2 2022. So that's where we stand in terms of LongAP. Next, we'll look at LinxDot, and LinxDot devices are now open for pre-orders. However, the shipping will commence in late December, so this is something that you need to be mindful of if you are trying to purchase a unit and trying to get hold of one fairly quickly. The LinxDot hotspot is unfortunately not going to be your best choice. And the next vendor we'll look at is the Pisces P100 outdoor device. This is an outdoor helium hotspot which is currently being sold on pre-order by the Pisces. If you add that to cart, there is currently a $70 discount available for the Pisces device, so you can purchase it for $580 ERC20 token USD coin payments only, which are non-refundable. It comes with a 4 dBi antenna, and the estimated shipping time, or lead time as we call it, is 11 to 19 weeks. At this moment in time, only the European frequency device can be pre-ordered. That is because Pisces currently do not have the FCC certification in hand. However, I understand that that is something they are currently working on, and hopefully they will obtain and pass their FCC certification fairly soon. So next we'll look at the CoTX devices, and CoTX have a couple of authorized resellers or distributors for their devices. The first one being Cubify.co.uk. This is the only one where you can order these devices at this moment in time, with the anticipated delivery time in November. So the other two distributors, which are fastminers.io and Shophem BV, are currently out of stock, so that you cannot order these devices over there. So the only viable option at this moment in time is to order the CoTX devices from Cubify.co.uk. And if you're interested in buying one of these, you can find a link in the description below, as well as a code to get you a $10 discount. Next, we'll look at a new HIP19 approved vendor that has entered the market and is offering helium compatible hotspots. The pre-orders are currently open for Controllino, which is a German-based company, and you currently have the option of joining the waiting list. It would appear that Batch 1 and Batch 2, which had a combined amount of 7,000 units, are currently fully booked. Batch 3 is currently being booked and is at 7% capacity, with a total capacity of 3,000 devices, and it will ship in January, or by the end of January 2022. So if you want to order one of these devices, which is quite sleek and nice looking, you can go and check them out on hotspot.controllino.com. I will leave a link in the description below. I'm not entirely sure how much this device is currently retailing for. So there we are, that's Controllino. And last but not least, finally, Heltec have managed to get approved and finish all of the integration process. This is going to be their Heltec automation indoor helium capable hotspot. As you can see, it's quite nice looking. However, they currently do not have any stock available, so cannot place a pre-order just yet. You can go and check these hotspots out at heltec.org, and I will place a link in the description of this video again. They do not currently have their FCC certification. That is still in the process, so these devices can only be purchased for European frequencies. So that is where we stand for Heltec. I would like to thank you for all your support. Look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.